Sixto cracks me up because in the rule books they go, Sixto is a typical roll and write game. Come on. Yes, it is, but don't say that. It is a fast rolling dice. I'm just going to show you because this cover looks the same as all these other games. Each player is going to get a sheet in this game. One person is going to be given the 6 dice. They're going to roll them. They can decide to keep them or they can re-roll them. But if you re-roll them, you have to roll all of them. Then each player can decide to use some, all, or none of the dice. So let's say, for example, I want to use, let's look at each of the dice in order. A purple 1. Well, the first number here is 5. After that is 1. So you know what? I'm going to skip 5. I can never go back. And I'm going to cross off 1. Then I have the blue 3. I don't want to cross off 4 numbers before I do the 3. So I'm going to skip that one. Green 6. 3 numbers before 6. I don't like that either. 3 numbers before 4. Ooh, a 1 in the first column. I'll take that. And a 2 in the second column. I'll skip the 6 and take a 2. So that's how the game's going to work. Then the next person rolls the dice, and I go from there. So, for example, now I have the 6. I'm like, I'll skip the 4 and do the 6. You don't have to skip numbers like I'm doing. You can if you want to. Now, there's these 3 numbers here at the end. You can only cross off those 3 numbers if you've crossed off 4 numbers earlier. So you need to have 4 boxes in this row before you can cross off these 3. When somebody here crosses off the second number in that group of 3, then that color is canceled for everybody else. That color die is no longer rolled. And when the third die is removed, when we're down to only 3 dice, that ends the game. At that point, you're going to count the number of X's that you have in each row and column total. If you have 0, you get 0 points. If you have only 1, you're going to lose 5 points. 2 gives you no points, but after that, you start getting points. 5, 10, and if you get 11 in the same row, you get 66 points. Whoever has the most points is the winner. You would think it fitting that I give Sixto a 6 rating, but I'm giving it a 7 because Sixto is pretty fun. Here's where Sixto works really well for me. It works well in the mass market in the sense of this is the kind of game that should be sold next to Uno. I play this with people. It's really easy to explain. You roll the dice, and then you can re-roll all of them. That's it. You move that in a line. You cross off all the numbers except for the one. You skip numbers and then you cross off one. That's it. You can use some of the dice or all the dice. So easy, so quick, and it works. Everyone understands it. It's one of the most basic roll and writes I've ever played. And yet, in this case, I would say that's a good thing. So a nice game, a good game to give out as a gift, a nice introductory game, Sixto.